The Great Wall of China. More than just a wall. The Great Wall of China is one of those things that just blows your mind when you think about it. Tonight, let's take a trip back in time. We're going to dig into the story of this massive structure, peel back the layers of history and legend, and find out what makes it so special. We'll explore how it was built. We'll wander through the stories that have grown up around it. Get ready for some crazy facts that will make you see this thing in a whole new way. Chapter 1. Walls of Earth, Born of Worry. The idea for the Great Wall didn't just pop up overnight. It goes back thousands of years, to a time when China was a bunch of separate little countries, always fighting with each other. Imagine China, but split into pieces. That was the Warring States period, way back in the 6th to 3rd centuries BCE. You had kingdoms like Qi, Yan, Zhao, and a bunch of others, all trying to be the top dog. They were constantly at war, and also trying to keep invaders, nomadic tribes from the north, like the Xiongnu and Donghu, from raiding their lands. Each kingdom started building its own walls to protect itself. These weren't fancy stone structures. They were made of earth, clay, whatever they could get their hands on. These were the Great Wall's humble beginnings. Most were just big piles of dirt that had been packed down tight. Sometimes they'd throw in pebbles, reeds, or branches to hold it all together, mostly where stone wasn't easy to find. The goal was simple: keep the good farmland safe, protect trade routes, and keep the people safe from sudden attacks. Each kingdom did its own thing, building walls that fit their situation. Some were tall, some were wide, some were long. No one was thinking about a unified defense, because there was no unified China yet. But these early walls were where it all started. They were like a training ground where builders figured things out as they went along, learning from their mistakes and slowly paving the way for the Great Wall. Chapter 2. An Emperor with a Plan. Then, things changed big time. One guy came along who changed everything. His name was Qin Shi Huangdi, and he became the first emperor of China. Back in the 3rd century BCE, he was the ruler of the state of Qin. He was a great general, a tough leader, and he managed to end all the fighting and unite China under his rule. He was a visionary, but people were also scared of him. He was known for being strong-willed, ambitious, and sometimes brutal. After uniting the country, Qin Shi Huangdi had a problem. The northern nomads wouldn't stop raiding. These fierce warriors would come down from the north on horseback like a swarm of locusts, stealing stuff, burning villages, and taking people as slaves. Qin Shi Huangdi decided to do something that had never been done before. He wouldn't just fix the old walls. He'd connect them, make them longer, and create one giant wall across the whole northern border. It was a crazy, ambitious project. He got hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people to work on it. Soldiers, farmers who were forced to leave their fields, criminals, they all had to build the wall. For many, it was a death sentence. Chapter 3. The Wall's Dark Side. The work was hard, and it never stopped. They built the wall in the middle of nowhere, in deserts with no water, over mountains with no roads, in scorching heat and freezing cold. Thousands died from being overworked, not having enough to eat, getting sick, or having accidents. If you messed up or didn't listen, you could get beaten or killed. Because so many people died building the wall, it got a sad nickname: the world's longest cemetery. Some people call it the Wall of Tears. There are scary stories about how they just buried the dead workers in the wall to save time and material. Archaeologists usually find graves nearby. Still, there's no denying how many people died. The bones of those workers are still there, in the shadow of the wall that they built. Every part of the wall is a reminder of the sweat, blood and tears that went into it. Chapter 4. The Story of Meng Jiangnu. Love Stronger Than Stone. There are lots of stories that come from the Great Wall, but one sticks with you. It's about love, sadness, and loss that really gets to you. It's all about Meng Jiangnu, and people say she cried so hard she made the wall fall down. Her husband, Fan Qiliang, didn't die in battle or from sickness. The government needed him to work on the emperor's big wall. He was forced to join the workers to build the wall. Days turned into months, and Meng Jiangnu did not hear from him. She started to worry. She couldn't take it anymore. So Meng Jiangnu left to find Fan Qiliang. She traveled over mountains and rivers, hungry and cold, hoping she would find him. Finally, she got to the wall, but what she heard broke her heart. Fan Qiliang had died because he was too tired, they said. He was buried somewhere in the wall. She was so sad that she fell to her knees and cried. The story says she cried for hours, even days. Her tears soaked the ground and made a part of the wall collapse. Then she saw bones, including her husband's. Even the emperor felt bad when he heard about how sad she was. It's just a story, but it shows how much people suffered when the wall was built. It also tells us that even the biggest walls can't stop love or sadness. Chapter 5. The Wall Through the Years. After Qin Shi Huangdi died, his dynasty fell apart pretty fast, but the wall he built stayed standing. Later rulers fixed, rebuilt, and made it longer. Each one left their own mark on it. The Han Dynasty, 206 BCE to 220 CE, knew the wall was useful. They made it longer to the west to protect people and the Silk Road trade routes. The Han also made it better by making more watchtowers, using smoke and fire to send signals, and using stone instead of just dirt to make it stronger. But things changed over time. Sometimes the country was strong and the wall was well guarded. Other times things were bad, so the wall was ignored and fell apart. Some people even took stones from it for their own buildings, not caring about the history. It's interesting that when the Mongols in the Yuan dynasty took over in the 13th century, they didn't care much about the wall. They ruled both sides, so it wasn't useful to them. Big sections started to break down and disappear because of trees, wind, and time. Chapter 6. The Ming Dynasty. The Wall Comes Back. The Great Wall we see today, with all the stone and brick, really came to be during the Ming Dynasty, 14th, 17th centuries. The Ming emperors kicked out the Mongols and faced threats from the north again. They rebuilt the wall to be bigger and stronger than ever before. They used bricks and huge stone blocks to make new fortresses, towers, and battlements. The parts of the wall that visitors walk on today, like at Badaling, Mutianyu, and Jinshanling, were mostly built by the Ming. This time period gave the wall its famous look. It became a symbol of not just defense, but also the power of the emperors and the country. Chapter 7. Silent Watchers, Towers of Fire and Smoke. The Great Wall wasn't just a pile of rocks and cement. Think of it as a living, breathing thing. A whole bunch of towers and fortresses working together. Its job wasn't just to keep invaders out, but also to give people a heads up when they were coming. All along the wall, spaced out perfectly, were watchtowers and signal towers. Some were small, while others stood tall like silent guards, watching over everything. From these towers, they'd send messages using smoke during the day and fire at night. The system was simple but smart. If the guys watching spotted trouble, they'd light fires or send up big puffs of black smoke. Then the alarm would spread from tower to tower, almost like a secret being whispered across the land, over hills and valleys. In just a few hours, the news about the attack could get to the capital. even if it was hundreds of miles away. When the weather was good, they could use flags or shiny mirrors to send signals with sunlight. If it was foggy or stormy, they'd bang on drums or gongs, making sounds that echoed all over the place. These signals ended up saving people's lives and helped the wall do its job. Chapter 8. Stories Carved in Stone. Over the years, the Great Wall has become a part of tons of stories, some real and some made up. One of the most famous ones is that the Great Wall is the only thing made by humans that you can see from space. It's a cool thought, imagining astronauts looking down and seeing this old line stretching across the Earth. But is it actually true? The thing is, the wall's only a few feet wide, and its color often blends in with the land around it. Astronauts like Yang Liwei, the first Chinese guy in space, have said that they couldn't see the wall with their own eyes from up there. But the story sticks around anyway. Maybe because we want it to be true. The wall is so huge and mysterious that it feels like it should be visible from the stars. Chapter 9. A monument that's alive. These days, the Great Wall isn't used to keep out armies. It's become something bigger, a symbol of what it means to be Chinese, and a wonder that reminds us of both the past and the present. Every year, millions of people walk on the wall's stones, amazed by how big it is, how long it's lasted, and how impressive it is. Some people visit it like it's just another tourist spot. But for others, it's like going on a special trip, a chance to touch history and think about the people who built it, one stone at a time, using their hands, their hopes, and their hard work. In Chinese culture, the wall stands for never giving up, staying united, and being proud of your country. You see its picture on money, stamps, and in art and books. People compare it to a dragon winding through the mountains, protecting the land with its quiet strength. Chapter 10. The Wild Wall. Nature takes back the stones. Not every part of the wall is kept in perfect shape for tourists. There are sections called the Wild Wall that are left alone, falling apart and being taken over by nature. These spots are quiet and far away from everything. Vines grow all over the old bricks. Trees sprout from broken towers, and it's super peaceful. The only sounds are the wind and birds singing. Nature has come back here. Animals and birds make their homes in the cracks. Moss and other plants spread across the stones. Even as it falls apart, the wall is alive, becoming part of the scenery again. But there's a danger hiding in this beauty. If these old walls aren't protected, they could disappear forever, lost because of wind and rain not being taken care of, or people taking bricks for themselves. Chapter 11. Echoes that stay. The Great Wall of China isn't just one wall. It's more like a collection of walls built at different times by different people using different materials across deserts, fields, and mountains. If you add up all the different sections and fortifications, it's probably over 13,000 miles long. That's more than half the distance around the whole planet. Each stone has a story to tell. A story about being afraid, wanting to achieve something, loving someone, and feeling sad. It's a story about countless lives, some lost, some remembered, and some forgotten. So, as you're falling asleep, don't think of the Great Wall as just a cold, hard line of stone. Think of it as a river of memories flowing through China, whispering stories in the wind. Chapter 12. The Wall and Time. A quiet talk. The Great Wall isn't just a bunch of rocks piled on top of each other. It's like a silent old man who's seen it all. It's watched empires come and go, been through wars and peaceful times, and kept an eye on people for ages. We don't even remember their names anymore, but they worked hard to build this thing, and you can see their effort in every single brick. Standing there, you feel like the past is right next to you. When you walk, it's like you can hear old memories echoing around. The wind whispers stories that aren't written down anywhere. Stories that the land itself is telling you. Chapter 13. Strong, but not forever. Even though the wall looks super strong, it's not going to last forever. The wind keeps beating against it, and the rain slowly wears down the stones. Sometimes, people even take pieces of it, bricks for their houses or stones for their fences. They don't realize they're taking away something important. But lately, people have started trying to protect the wall. They're fixing up what they can and letting nature take over the parts that can't be fixed. It's a race to save it before it's gone. We're starting to understand that the wall isn't just some old thing from the past. It's still alive, and it's up to us to make sure it stays that way. Chapter 14. The wall's many looks. The wall never looks the same. When the sun comes up, it's all warm and gold. When the sun goes down, it gets soft and gray and seems to disappear into the hills. In the winter, it's quiet and white under the snow. And in the spring, flowers grow all along its path. Every day is different, and every part of the wall is unique. Some parts are smooth and fixed up, while others are rough, broken, and really old. It's these differences that show you what the wall is really about. It's not just something that was built, it's something that's been lived in and lived on. Chapter 15. More than just rocks. The wall inside. For a lot of people, the Great Wall means more than just a big wall. It's a symbol of never giving up, of sticking together and of wanting to protect things, stay connected, and remember the past. It's also like a mirror, showing us the walls we build around ourselves and the ones we're trying to break down. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Can you see the wall winding its way across the hills? Quiet and timeless? It doesn't need you to pay attention to it. It's just there. Chapter 16, Sweet Dream. And now, as we finish our little trip through time, the stones of the Great Wall fade away into the dark night. Let your mind wander along its path, over the hills, past the towers, under the stars. Let its quietness fill your heart. Let its strength calm your thoughts. You're safe. You're relaxed. And just like the wall, you're part of a big, old story that's still being written. Good night.